This evening on Denver7 News, crushing Christmas cheer.
Right across here's where they broke them.
A hand-built holiday display hit by vandals.
It's just real disheartening.
But this jolly elf is already back in Santa's workshop, determined to not let the Grinches win.
Plus, fresh warnings to rethink your holiday plans.
The gatherings that we saw in Thanksgiving will lead to a surge.
Cases spiking, medical teams pushed to their limits. Doctors say we need to take action now.
And the recognition he deserves, the push to make a Colorado veteran receive his hard-earned military honor.
Drive around your neighborhood, stop by the Civic Center, or even just scroll through social media, and you can't miss it. Holiday season fever.
And maybe it's the pandemic, but it seems like people are extra excited for this year's celebration. And that's what makes this so disheartening. Vandals going out of their way to damage a Christmas display in Lakewood. Welcome to Denver7 News at 5. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Gary Broda in for Jason Grenauer. Thanks for joining us. It's hard to believe that anyone would want to dampen the festive feeling right now, but that's exactly what a Lakewood carpenter is dealing with today.
As Denver7's Sean Toll reports, his damaged Christmas display has been a years-long labor of love.
I'm 69 and I started doing it when I was 8, so a little over 60 years.
That's how long Gary Irwin has been doing Christmas displays in his yard, no matter his home.
I've got 2 items that my dad made when I was 7 or 8 years old, and then part of the nativity scene I made when I was in junior high.
He likes to spread his Christmas cheer. Shown and heard loud for all to hear.
I do it for the kids of all ages. Last year I gave out over 1,400 candy canes. I dress up as Santa Claus.
Which is a gift to him.
This kid came by and he kept talking to me about what he wanted for Christmas.
Much like Santa, he gets letters.
There's another neighbor that lives over here on Dover Street. Thanks so much for brightening up our neighborhood.
But Sunday morning when he saw what happened.
If I was to say what I was thinking, you couldn't put it on TV. I was not happy.
A Grinch came overnight, vandalizing his display.
Ruining Christmas for everybody.
Broke some plywood animals.
Right across here's where they broke them.
Bent the light pole.
That I can find so far is just the one string of lights. I've walked around a couple of times.
It won't take too long to fix, but he wants to find out who did it.
If you see anything.
Okay, let you know.
All right. Thank you.
Mostly to tell them.
Please don't do it again. Just please think about what you're doing.
Because ruining Santa's Christmas, even in 2020, lands you on the naughty list. Sean Toll, Denver7.
Irwin tells us he will be fixing his Christmas display today, so it won't be too long before it's back to its full festive glory.
That's good to hear. And early signs show this will be a big year for holiday spending. Stores could see sales up about 5% compared to last year. The National Retail Federation breaking that down. The average person plans to spend $650 on gifts, $230 on things like food and decorations, and 42% of customers say they started holiday shopping earlier than usual this year. Across the nation, hospitals are under pressure. The U.S. reported more than 1 million new coronavirus cases in the last 5 days alone. The COVID tracking project says more than 100,000 Americans are in the hospital because of the virus. And public health doctors warn the full effects of Thanksgiving travel and celebrations have not yet been felt.
We cannot go into the holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, with this same kind of attitude that those gatherings don't apply to me. They apply to everybody. If you're with anyone indoors without a mask, that's a viral spreading opportunity.
With the vaccine still months away from most Americans, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is urging everyone to wear a mask and keep 6 feet apart.
Checking coronavirus case numbers in our state, Colorado reported more than 3,200 new cases today. That is down from yesterday, fortunately. Another important measure here, the number of hospital beds in use due to the virus. It stands at 1,750 right now, so that leaves our state with just over 1,600 acute care beds free. If state hospitals become overwhelmed, Colorado could fall back on its alternate care sites like the Convention Center in Denver. And today, Governor Jared Polis signed a new executive order keeping those care sites on standby for at least another 30 days.
Right now, no coronavirus vaccine is approved for use in the U.S., but on Tuesday, the UK will start giving out shots. So far, 50 hospital hubs have the Pfizer vaccine. The UK ordered enough to fully vaccinate 1/3 of its population. Now, Thursday, the FDA will meet to decide whether to give the Pfizer vaccine emergency use authorization here in the U.S.
And on top of getting the virus under control, families and businesses need help to rebound from the financial hit. Leaders in Washington are getting close to a second stimulus deal and could announce details tomorrow. Here's what we know so far. CNN's reporting that $1,200 stimulus checks very unlikely, but boosted unemployment benefits and protections for gig workers are in, plus another round of money for the Paycheck Protection Program.
With so many of these initiatives from the first CARES package running out as soon as the day after Christmas, it would be, what I call stupidity on steroids if Congress doesn't act.
Now, the bill would likely cost less than $1 billion. Republicans did fight hard to keep that price tag down.
Through the darkest days of this pandemic, workers like delivery drivers and servers have been risking their own health to keep us safe and make sure we had access to essentials. Well, a new mural in Cherry Creek is recognizing their contributions. If you want to see it for yourself, you can stop by Fillmore and 3rd.
Tomorrow marks 79 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor, a day that inspired a generation of young men and women to serve our country. Today, many of the surviving heroes are isolated because of the pandemic.
Here in Colorado, some people are working to make sure those veterans get the recognition they deserve.
Denver7's Nicole Brady has one veteran story.
On Valentine's Day 1944, a U.S. B-17 Flying Fortress bomber was attacked off the coast of Italy. 22-year-old bombardier Armand Sedgley had the enemy in sight.
The tail gunner, the two waist gunners, and the radio operator were all killed.
Sedgley, now 99, has told the story countless times. Denver7 profiled him in 2018, and while he has rarely called himself a hero for his actions that day, others do.
The hero of the mission was Lieutenant Armand Sedgley, he was 22 years old at the time, a hero of 3 previous crashes and 36 missions.
John Fine came into Sedgley's life in the mid-90s when Fine, a marine biologist, was diving around the wreckage of the B-17. He found a dog tag which inspired him to look for survivors of the crash. He eventually brought Lieutenant Sedgley back to the Mediterranean to be honored in a ceremony, but his work wasn't done.
One day, he just related how he never got a Silver Star, how other members of his crew in that same mission received their Silver Stars. I started an odyssey. Why not? How can he get a Silver Star? Well, I ran up against a lumbering Army bureaucracy.
For years, Fine has been unsuccessful despite help from Senator Cory Gardner and documents from the National Archives proving Sedgley's heroism. Now time is running short.
Our commander-in-chief has to issue that medal, and he has to issue it quickly. At 99 years old, it's a miracle that Sedgley has a clear mind, wonderful memory, and a great sense of humor. However, his body is not keeping up.
I stay pretty close to the apartment.
The pandemic has confined Sedgley to his Lakewood nursing home. The days of military ceremonies are behind him, but he awaits one final honor.
Oh, absolutely. It would be an honor and recognition of the service. And I think it's something that my family would cherish.
But we cannot let this veteran, nor any veteran, not one veteran, go and leave us without knowing that our country loves them.
Nicole Brady, Denver7.
That's a true hero right there.
Great story.
Hey, the Broncos are in Kansas City today. In just about an hour, they'll be taking on the Chiefs.
Denver7 Sports Director Lionel Bienvenu joins us now. Lionel, the league's even going to let Denver play with the quarterback this weekend.
Hold on, let me check that, guys, to make sure. Yes, Drew Lock will play tonight. Thank goodness. He'll be starting against the Chiefs after sitting out in the COVID chaos of last week. Now, this will be the second and last meeting between the two AFC West rivals this season. Right now, they're going in opposite directions. With a win, the Chiefs can clinch a playoff spot, while the Broncos can take a step forward towards a brighter future, we hope. The first time around, October 25th, the Chiefs blew open a close game in the second quarter with a pick-6 by Daniel Sorensen and a 102-yard kickoff return. Drew Lock ended up with 2 interceptions. Melvin Gordon lost 2 fumbles. Drew said, hey, protect the ball, and the Broncos can make it a ball game. But there's no way you beat the Chiefs with 4 giveaways.
We just turned over. That was it, plain and simple. I threw the pick-6. We turned the ball over earlier in that game, too. And if we just keep the ball in our hands and take what they give us, I think we can get out in this time and make the make the difference in the scoreboard. So our biggest focus is taking care of the ball this week, and like I said, doing our job one play at a time.
They had a 100+ yard kickoff return for a touchdown. They had a 50-some yard pick six for a touchdown. They had some short fields. So it was unusual circumstances, their offense against our defense. But as a result, their team beat our team.
Yes, they did. All right, let's go live to Arrowhead now. Broncos insider Troy Rank is there. Now, Troy, look, no playoffs on the line for the Broncos. But look, if they beat the Chiefs tonight in primetime and Drew Lock plays well, that would be a statement for this team moving forward.
Yeah, they clearly, Lionel, have something to play for. Drew Lock has 5 games, just as he had last year, to prove he's still the man. If he continues to struggle, they're going to bring in veteran competition or maybe just a starter to supplant him. So these are big and important games for Lock. He once won here in Arrowhead, Lionel, when he was leading the University of Missouri. So he has good experience and no snow. That's the first time Lock has faced Kansas City with no snow. But the Chiefs are getting healthy again. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, your guy from LSU, Lionel, he will play tonight. The Chiefs are like Noah's Ark. They have 2 of everything on offense. They have Helaire, they have Le'Veon Bell. The Broncos are just hoping to get guys right. But they do have Jerry Jeudy. Phillip Lindsay will be playing. They've got to take care of the ball to have any chance in this game and to try to stay competitive, frankly, after the first half.
All right, Troy, thanks for now. We'll be coming back to you live in Kansas City in just a few minutes. We'll also hear from Drew Lock again later in sports, so we will see you then.
Yeah, and I hear Troy saying, you're saying there's a chance, Troy.
Yes. Jim?
All right, a father's love knows no bounds, and one Colorado dad went above and beyond to help his daughter.
His incredible leap of faith to help save her life.
And problems multiplying, we're getting a first look at how the pandemic is affecting students' long-term performance.
What a day here across Colorado. Temperatures in the low 60s for us here in Denver. But coming up, I'll let you know when we'll see a chance for snow in the 7-day forecast.